Good afternoon, good morning. This is Mark Johnson from Loyalty 360. Hope everyone's happy, safe, and well. Today, we are going to talk about some very important research that we're helping conduct. And we have the pleasure of speaking with Gabriele Giancola. He is the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder at Qibbee. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today. How are you?
Thank you very much, Mark, for having us. It's great to be here. Very good. What about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Looking forward to learning more about your loyalty trend survey that you guys are putting in the market. Very appropriate, very timely. But first off, for those who may not know about Qibbee, it would be great for you to give you a brief background on what Qibbee is, what you guys do, and a little bit about your history.
Sure. In my history, let's start there. I always worked in loyalty, built all loyalty programs here in Switzerland with different brands like Burger King, Subway, the Swiss Federal Railway here. So learned from scratch how to do loyalty. And then in 2016 to 17, started to learn more about blockchain. Also there, very hands-on, and suddenly, let's say, both topics started to connect, and then we saw a lot of fit between the technology and the industry. And since then, completely focused on that intersection of loyalty and the blockchain. And what we actually offer to customers is a B2B rewards marketplace where brands can easily connect their loyalty programs with each other, so that they can offer their customers basically more liquidity for their rewards. So I can exchange my points into miles, into other points, and so on. And basically, brands can do that with one integration. So they integrate in a few days into our technology, and then they can suddenly exchange with all the partners in the network, and basically through that really engage their customers and attract new customers. So that's what we focus on. And since then, the journey, let's say, of course, blockchain is a very young technology, so it's a lot of it's a groundwork that has to be done, but it's a lot of fun, and I think we see a huge potential for the loyalty industry. So we're very excited what is coming and also what the market is telling us.
Okay. As we discussed a little bit earlier, you just launched your Loyalty Trends 2022 survey. Could you tell us a little bit more about the research, its importance, and what your expectations for the final report are?
Sure. I mean, as I just said, like the blockchain is a super young technology. It's not yet 100% clear. Let's say the list of use cases is not yet finished. So there's still a lot of potential, and we see it with a lot of different other technologies. And what we want to do with our research is really understanding the market better from a perspective that we know what are the pain points in the market, and what are actually brands and loyalty program managers struggling right now with. And on the other side, how are they actually designing a program? So what is their approach to setting up a program? What kind of mechanics are they using to really understand and get a bit more insights on how the market is actually moving? And the third part is really understanding the tech side. So what kind of technologies are you adopting? What kind of technologies do you know? And how is your approach to innovation and new technologies, and mostly emerging technologies? Because we're really talking about blockchain, AI, VR, AR, all the stuff that right now, metaverse right now is a super hot topic, NFTs. So it's really about understanding, hey, where do you plant right now your seeds, so that we can really show what are the trends? Because it's not about, let's say, technologies that are already here since a few years, and since a few years, 10, 20 years. And it's about really now getting that adoption done, because you lose a competitive advantage. But it's more about gaining a competitive advantage because you get insights in what will be the trends, and you can actually prepare already now for that. So that's a bit what the importance and the expectation is from the research.
Absolutely. From your point of view, being the CEO of a very successful, kind of forward-thinking customer loyalty platform, what do you believe the biggest challenges marketers face today when it comes to customer loyalty, and how will this report help address that?
I mean, look, we think the biggest challenges are really to engage at a maximum your customers, because of course you have a loyalty program, you invest a lot of money in it, you try to communicate it as much as possible to your customers so that they convert to being members and to being fans of your company. The thing is that, and if you look at different statistics, the engagement in current loyalty programs is not super high. And you see that in monthly active users, you see that in redemption values, or let's say in redemption rates. And the main logic is, if you really want to be successful with your company and with that using a loyalty program, you need to engage your customers. Otherwise, your loyalty program, if it benefits only to 10% of your customers, it's not really successful. So that's one of the challenges, really engaging customers. The second one is connected to that one. I mean, if you don't engage your customers, you lose them. So you spend so much money on acquiring the customers, on converting them to a member, that at the end of the day, you actually just lose him, because maybe you don't want to open up, you don't want to get more partners in your program, you don't want to invest and make it more exciting. So that's, let's say, a second challenge that we see. And the third one is connected with technologies, that what I just said before. It's not about running behind the technology and, like being late at the game and at the table, basically. So when everybody's doing it, you say, okay, like, now I have also to do it. It's really about being in front, if you want to say it like this, in the sense of that you actually engage with technology as early as possible. You start playing around, and you actually plant those seeds that are important for the whole journey to actually go into adoption of new technologies, because they will come. So it's not about a question if it comes, it's more about a question when it comes. And if it comes earlier than you're actually planning, it could be an issue. And you saw that with COVID, with different setups of companies in the digital realm. It was really difficult to adapt to a new status quo, with working remote, working from home, and basically making Zoom to the main conference room, basically. So we think it's really important to be upfront there, and the report will really help these points, because you will see what is the industry actually doing, what are the pain points, how is the industry designing their programs, and at the end of the day, what kind of technologies can you actually and will you be able to adopt that make sense for your business. We'll give a lot of insights, and we hope the marketeers can really use it to set their strategies and have some more data on that part.
Okay. For those brands who are interested, and obviously the members of Loyalty 360 are going to be very interested, in kind of the trends that others are seeing. How can they get involved in the research, and how will they be able to access the final report once it's released?
Sure. I mean, it's of course publicly available on all our channels. As you said, we're super grateful that we have your support. So it will be available, of course, also in your properties. And basically, you will receive the report you will receive it as first before we actually publicly launch it, by participating in the survey. So you just have to fill out the survey, fill in your email address at the end, and then you will receive the report. And there is also a little goodie, because we're talking about customer loyalty and about reward system, so we couldn't miss out to actually give out a reward and give out a little goodie for saying thank you. So you basically will receive 50 Qibbee partner points that are exchangeable for different things like our merch, crypto, or miles, frequent flyer miles. So that you feel a bit the Qibbee ecosystem and what we're doing. And you will also automatically participate at a raffle for a Swiss luxury watch that is actually one of our customers. And since we're from Switzerland, that's one of the things that Switzerland is for sure known for, making watches. Absolutely.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, we are definitely going to be promoting it, and we will make people aware of the nice kind of 50-point offer they're going to get as well. But I think this is very,
I have to say it's worth $50. Sorry, Mark.
$50. Yes.
Maybe that's the more important part than 50 points.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'd be a great opportunity for them to engage the platform, and everyone's looking for some great reward options. So that'll be great. But I think, as I mentioned, the research is very timely. Brands are looking to understand what other brands think is timely and relevant for 2022. So looking forward to promoting the report, and very much looking forward to seeing the final paper.
Very cool. Thank you very much, Mark. It was great to be here, and thanks a lot. Looking forward to the results as well.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for listening, and make sure you take the survey. And Gabriele, it was great learning more about the research, and looking forward to, as I mentioned, seeing the final paper. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.